Hello, welcome to today's Clarity Reset. Today we are getting into the busy trap. So, if you are working constantly, you're constantly busy, you're always doing something, but you can't figure out why nothing is actually changing. The needle's not moving. Like it's the same thing every day and you just don't feel the return on what you're doing and you're busy and you're too busy to do anything else. But you know there's something else. You know that there should be a return on this and it's just not happening. If you feel that, then this clarity reset is for you. And basically, what this is, if you've never joined us for one of these before, it's a 15-minute guided journaling session. So, in the next 15 minutes, we'll have a quick grounding session, about a minute long. We'll do a quick brain dump session so that you can get all the fragmented thoughts out of your head and onto paper. And then we'll get into a few journaling prompts so that you can kind of move out of your head whatever's in there based on the questions I give you. And by the end of this, you will come out with answers and some forward motion. You'll know what to do next. So, without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with a short grounding exercise. So I invite you to get cozy in your chair. You can close your eyes, you can keep them open. I suggest that you at least soften your gaze so that you're not focusing on any one thing in particular. Let your body just kind of settle into itself just for a moment. We're going to take a few deep breaths together. And while we take these breaths, I'm going to ask you to very mindfully, like, let go of any tension in your body. Drop your shoulders, rest your jaw, unclench any muscles that you're tightening right now without even realizing it. All right, so let's take a few breaths together. A deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Man, that feels so good. You can open your eyes and grab your journal. And the first thing that I want for you to do in your journal is brain dump. So you're going to spend the next 2 minutes writing down anything that comes to mind, anything at all. Doesn't matter what it is, just write it down. These could be full sentences, these could be little fragmented thoughts, it could just be words, it could be total nonsense. Totally fine. The idea is to just keep writing for the next 2 minutes, no matter what. And what you want to do is get all of the things, we have racing minds. We have things going on in our head that while we're working on something, we have 20 other things, a list that's just replaying or those things just moving through your brain constantly that you don't stop thinking about or they're just there in the background. Those are the things we're trying to move out onto paper right now. That way, when we get to the questions that we're going to be answering that have to do with the busy list and the busy trap, you've already gotten this stuff out of the way. You don't have to sift through all of that every time. And the more often you brain dump, you take a couple of minutes every day to do this, the more clarity you're going to have in general. So we have about 45 seconds left. Finish getting whatever thoughts in your head out. And if you don't know what to write, write the last thing you wrote and just keep writing that until the next thing pops up. Okay, we're going to get started with the first question, and it is this: what have you been spending most of your time on lately? It's not about what you plan to do, but these are the things. What have you actually been doing? The tasks, the admin, the things eating up your days. Just list them out. Um, there doesn't have to be any perfection to this, just a quick list, just whatever's coming into your head. Think about what you did on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Write those things down and maybe they change. Maybe they change on a daily basis. Write the things you're busy doing. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, 2 minutes to work on this one. Write down the things you spend most of your time on lately. You can make this in a list. You can just write it out, however comes. Okay, we got about 41 seconds. So, again, what have you been spending most of your time on lately? And this isn't about what your plans are, this is about what you've actually been doing, your tasks, the admin, the things that are taking up time in your days. List those out. Get those last items down before we move to the next question. Okay. And so the next question is this: what actually needs to get done right meow? What actually needs to get done right meow? Make your list, make your to-do list. It could be maybe just this week. What do you need to get done? What's on your to-do list? And this could be the mundane tasks you do every week. It doesn't have to be anything, something new that you're doing or something different, but these are the things that are genuinely on your plate, waiting, unfinished or overdue. Whatever is sitting there and demanding attention. We got 2 minutes, so write those things down. Okay, so we got about a minute left. So again, what have what actually needs to get done right now? What are the things that are on your plate demanding your attention? The things that are unfinished, the things that are waiting, the things that are overdue, the things that are due this week. What do you got on your plate? Get those last things down. We got about 30 seconds left. Okay, wrap that up. We're moving to the third. All right, so now I want you to look at both lists. What's actually moving the needle and what's keeping you busy? And no judgment. This is really an honest look at what's generating real outcomes versus what's giving you the feeling of productivity without the return. You can put just you can circle the ones that are moving the needle and cross out the ones that are keeping you busy, or you can write a letter next to them, but identify each thing that you wrote in the first and second list somehow, by what is moving the needle and what is just keeping you busy if you're real with yourself. Again, we got a couple minutes, so um, take that honest look. Let's sort that list. And maybe some of these you don't know about, and that's okay. You can kind of leave those to the side, but I bet there are some that you automatically know, like, okay, that's really not giving me an outcome. Doesn't mean you don't do them. It doesn't mean you quit right now, by the way. You're not making a decision about this. You're not judging it. You're just taking an honest look, right? So just be real about it. You have plenty of time to sit with it. You can, if you feel like you need to change it, you can change it later. You don't have to change it right now necessarily. You got about a minute left. Okay, start wrapping it up. Again, what's actually moving the needle and what's just keeping you busy? Okay. And finally, what is one thing you are committing to this week that will actually move the needle? This isn't a list. This is just one thing. Just pick one of those things that matters most based on what you just saw in your list. All right. And now, if you picked one thing, put a date on it. When are you going to start that thing? You gonna start it when we get off of this session? Are you gonna start it on Tuesday? Are you gonna start it on Thursday? When are you gonna start that one thing that's gonna actually move the needle? Commit to a time and a day to start, not to finish, but to start it. As you're wrapping that up, I'm gonna end with this. Staying busy is really easy. We can find all sorts of things to do. We can stay busy, like, right around the thing that we should be doing that actually moves the needle so it feels like we're being productive, so it feels like we're doing work around it, and it is important work maybe in the long run. But maybe doing the thing that actually matters, that is the harder choice, mm, that might be the one that moves the needle the most, and you might have just identified it. I'd love to know how this went for you. If you followed along with this, what did you see when you look at both lists? So, I mean, I'd love to know if something popped out that surprised you about what you're spending your time on, or what you maybe thought you were spending your time on, and maybe you're not when you took an honest look at it. Um, and I'd love to know how this went for you, finding the thing that you're actually gonna do this week that moves the needle. So, hope that went well for you, and I hope that you have the best day ever. Bye, guys.